Hello dear students, this video is in the continuation of our first part from chapter number 5, that is separation of substances. So today in this video we will learn some more topics from the same chapter. So firstly we will learn about separation of insoluble solids from a liquid. We will learn different methods for this like sedimentation and decantation, loading, filtration. We will also learn the uses of filtration in our everyday life. Then we will study about separation of soluble solids from a mixture, and in this topic we will study about the evaporation. So let us understand each one of the topic one by one. Firstly, we will learn about separation of insoluble solids from a liquid. See, the first method which we can use is sedimentation and decantation. See dear students, the insoluble substances that are heavier than liquid can be separated by sedimentation and decantation. The process of settling down of heavier insoluble particles at the bottom of a liquid is called sedimentation. The heavier insoluble particles that settle down at the bottom of the liquid are called sediment. See, we can separate the mixture of sand and water by sedimentation and decantation. The decantation is the process of pouring out a clear liquid from a vessel after sedimentation without disturbing the sediment is called decantation. Now let us understand the second method, that is loading. See, sometimes especially during the rainy season, what happens, water in rivers, ponds and lakes becomes muddy. This is due to the presence of very fine suspended clay particles in it. These particles are very light and take a very long time to settle down. The process of settling down of these clay particles can be made faster by the method of loading. So what we do in loading, we rotate a piece of alum in the muddy water. Alum is soluble in water, so the particle of alum entangle suspended clay particles and make them heavier. Thus the clay particles settle down rapidly. So the loading can be defined as the process of increasing the rate of sedimentation in a suspension by adding some chemicals. Now let us understand about the third method, that is filtration. See, filtration is simply the process of separating insoluble substances from a liquid using a filter. You have seen many times that tea leaves from tea, what we used to do, we pour the prepared tea through a tea strainer. The tea strainer has a wire mesh in it that acts as a filter. The liquid tea passes through the small holes of the tea strainer and collects in the cup capped below. The used tea leaves that are bigger in size do not pass through the tea strainer and are left in the tea strainer. This process is called filtration. See, the tea strainer cannot be used to separate mud from the water. The particles of mud are too small and can pass through the holes along with water. For this, we need a fine filter, such as a filter paper. So, a filter paper can be defined as a piece of special paper that has millions of tiny holes in it. The holes of a filter paper are so small that they cannot be seen with the help of naked eye. So, we use the microscope to see them. Now let us understand the uses of filtration in our everyday life. See dear student, the process of filtration is commonly used in everyday life. We are having the different uses of it. Firstly, fruits and vegetable juices are usually filtered before drinking to separate the seeds and the pulp. Secondly, we can use the filtration method for making the paneer. See what we used to do, a few drops of lemon juice are added to the boiling milk. It forms a mixture that consists of particles of solid paneer and a liquid. The paneer is then separated from the liquid through a fine filtering cloth, or we can say a strainer. The third one is for purifying water. See, water can be made absolutely safe for drinking by using an electric ultraviolet water filter. So these are the certain uses of filtration in our everyday life. Now let us understand about the different methods which we can use to separate soluble solid from a mixture. The method which we used is known as the evaporation. So what is evaporation? The process of changing of a liquid into its vapor on heating is called the evaporation. See, this method is used to obtain a solid substance that is dissolved in a liquid. Common salt dissolved in water can be separated by the process of evaporation. See, the evaporation is based on the fact that liquid vaporize easily on heating while solids do not. Seawater contains a lot of salt. The process of evaporation is used to obtain salt on a large scale from the seawater. So, this is all about this chapter. Rest of the topics we will discuss in our next video. Thank you so much. Please revise the topics properly.